Meantime, we have some breaking news right from the Treasury Department. Steve Leisman joins us with the latest right now. Steve.
Andrew, thanks very much. The U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, speaking to the virtual IMF and World Bank meeting, is going to say that the U.S. is committed to doing everything in our power to alleviate short-term economic distress. He says there is an urgent need for all countries to act and deploy extraordinary fiscal and monetary actions. Interestingly, he goes on to say countries need to be ready to accelerate and expand these policies if needed. Now, some really interesting technical stuff that's going on among countries. The U.S. is supporting very strongly a suspension of debt payments by the poorest countries through a process being run by the IMF and the G20 and the Paris Club. But the issue that's being debated right now is something called a special allocation of special drawing rights. It's like the global central bank, the IMF, printing money. And that's something that was out there floated by the IMF managing director. It's been supported by George Soros and Bono and other people, Larry Summers. This would effectively give money to poor countries through the IMF currency known as SDR. Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, opposes this. He says it is not an effective tool for meeting urgent needs. He goes on to say that 70% of any SDR allocation would go to advanced economies. Only 3% would go to the lowest income countries. He does support, however, the ability of advanced countries to lend those SDRs, the existing ones, if they want. Now, there's another backstory to this, guys, which is there's a Reuters story that we've been able to confirm that one of the reasons why the Treasury opposes this is they don't want Iran and China to be given all kinds of money from the SDR allocation without any conditions. That was first reported in the Reuters story. We've been able to confirm that as one of the reasons, but also the Treasury Secretary making a pretty interesting comment here that even if you do these SDR allocations, the money wouldn't get to the poorest countries.